This has been the most incredible, though difficult and challenging 13-year run of my life professionally. A scammer, broke man, a cuck, and a whole bunch of other things. Those were the names I was called simply for responding to a post on the platform X. So the other day I was on X working through my feed and I saw this specific post come up that I really resonated with. You had a limited amount of money in the bank. You had no more job. What would you do? And I was like, my gosh, that was me back in 2011. I was on the tail end of what I felt was a really successful run for a large corporation. Unfortunately, we had been beat up through the recession, the housing crisis, and many other things. And while I was doing really well myself, the organization was not. And eventually I got laid off because they needed to cut as much money as they possibly could from their payroll. And I just happened to be a victim of that. But through that process, I was given an opportunity to go out and interview with some other organizations. And finally, actually, after getting a pretty good job offer from one of the organizations, I walked out of there and I just didn't feel good about it. And I called my wife at home and I said, you know what? I just don't think I can do this. And she said, what? You didn't get the job? And I said, actually, I did, or I got an offer, but I don't think I can take it. Now, mind you, my wife was at home with my two young daughters. We had a mortgage that we had to pay for. She wasn't working because she was staying home full time with our kids, and we had a lot of other financial responsibilities. And so obviously taking a job was a wise thing to do. But I said to her, I don't think that I can take a job. I just don't feel it. I don't feel like I can go work for somebody and live out my values any further. I think I need to start a business for myself. And as my wife has so amazingly done over the years, she said to me, you know what? If you believe you can do it, I believe in you. But the problem was we only had $500 to our name. And so it wasn't like we had a lot of runway to figure this whole thing out. But that decision was a commitment to do something different than I had ever done before. And it was really to throw myself all in to my commitment to my profession, to my career. You see, I had been successful as a sales professional before, but I had never really had to give it my all. I had been naturally pretty successful. I had made decent money. I had set some sales records. But this was the first time that I had no choice. I had no other option. And so from November of 2011 until the end of 2012, I hustled my butt off every single day. I went to every single person I knew and asked them if I could have an opportunity to help them grow sales. And you know what? When these people on X are responding, saying that I'm a scammer, I'm a liar, that I was a failure, and so those that can't do, teach, I get what they're trying to say, because at that point I was out of work and I was really struggling, but I had a skill. Look, I didn't feel like I was an imposter. We didn't even start talking about that until recently. I knew and had the confidence to go help other people grow their businesses by teaching them to sell better. But I had to hustle hard. I had to figure it out. And I took every single opportunity I could for what equated to $20 or $25 an hour at times to do that work. But over the long run, that paid off, because as I grew, my ability to be able to build my own business, to sell my own service, to deliver results for other people, I began to build my business and end up in the place that I'm in 13 years later, which is having a successful coaching, consulting, and speaking practice. And I still have a lot to learn. And so as I reflect back on all those comments on X, look, I get it. People are haters. People love to just tear people down. And as a matter of fact, they're not wrong. Somebody said, I can't believe that somebody would pay you money when you were as broke as you were. And I was like, you're right. It took a lot of confidence on their part to believe that I could help them. But my track record, as I began to lay it, proved that they made a good decision. But this isn't a story about me. I want to give you encouragement out there. There are so many of you there that are facing a decision to take a risk. And I'm not saying to throw your life away and go do something crazy, but you are going to have to step out and challenge yourself. Maybe you do feel like an imposter, which I want to break that down. Maybe you are questioning whether or not you actually can. If you believe in your heart that you have what it takes to be successful, I say go for it. If you have the commitment deep down to do what it's going to take, do it. This has been the most incredible, though difficult and challenging 13-year run of my life professionally, but I would not change it for the world. And so to all those haters out there, they can continue to hate on me all that they want because I am happy where I am. My clients are happy with the results that I have given them. And I believe that you too can be happy taking the risks, just pushing out, blocking out all the hatred that is out there. People will tear you down at every opportunity they get, but you don't have to listen to them. All you have to do is listen to yourself, have confidence in who you are and what you're capable of, and get after it.